Hello everyone. So in this class we are going to discuss The Boy Who Asked for More. Okay. So let me give you a brief introduction and as well as the background of this novel. So I use the word novel. What's that mean? So novel in the sense that a book. Okay. In that book there are bundle of like stories will be available. Okay. So from that story one thing they have taken and they kept over here. So this is not the whole story of the Oliver Twist. Okay, the original name of this novel, that is Oliver Twist. So from that novel they have took the one extract, that is The Boy Who Asked for More. Okay, so without any delay let's start. So first of all we should know who wrote this and what was his purpose to write to write these types of books. Okay, so here they have mentioned about the Charles Dickens. So he was a greatest Victorian novelist. So I told you before, that's novel word. So novelists are those who used to write the stories, but not just imagine like someone. There are two types of novelists. First they will write about the real incidents, okay, whatever they are seeing here and there. Okay, and second, those who used to imagine, okay, the fantasy world, those who create. Okay, just like an example for the fantasy, that is Harry Potter. So Harry Potter, that is very interesting, everyone knows about it, right? If you don't know, I'll suggest you to please watch Harry Potter. In your own language also it's there, but my recommendation is to please read it. Okay, so nowadays you're using the phone, so it's not too like it's not so much difficult to read. Okay, so for that first you have to read it. Okay, try to read at least one chapter from it. Got the point? Let me know who's are going to start it in the comment section below. You have to tell me ki ma'am I'm going to start it. This step is only for you to improve your communication skill and you're going to get love like while reading. Okay, the Harry Potter is my favorite too. Okay, now back to the class. So here we are going to learn about the Charles Dickens. So first of all, Charles Dickens was a Victorian novelist and is also known for his attacks on social evils in the sense child labor in India, like untouchability in India, okay, caste system. So he used to fight like that. That's called social evils. Okay, and then he have mentioned here institutional cruelty, like in the hostels how the teachers are like, I'm not mentioning the all hostels will be the same, but depends on their behavior. Okay, in schools also a lot of children facing the problems. Okay, but they can't able to go and say to their parents. If they say also, parents won't take any step. So that's kind of institutional cruelty. Okay, and next thing you can think about the institutional cruelty, like high fees. Okay, in this time no one was listening to anyone. Okay, so you, if you have to pay means you have to pay, deadline was near. We can't say ki this institution has the bad manners, they don't know how to ask the fees, but it's their problem. Okay, one thing. But second, they should give the time. It's not like ki, I announced today ki you have to pay the like till 6 p.m. you have to pay. No, not like that. You have to give the deadline for something. So that's called maturity. But institutional cruelty in the sense they don't think about the people. Those, they don't care about the people first of all. Okay, now, so here his most popular works. So I'll suggest you this as well, so please try to read his works. Okay, and there I have mentioned about three works over here, that is David Copperfield, A Tale of Two Cities, and Great Expectations. My favorite is Great Expectations. Okay, now this extract in the sense The Boy Who Asked for More, this extract from Oliver Twist. I told you before, right? So this taken from the Oliver Twist. So without any delay, let's start it. So another one sentence is there ki how Oliver was forced out of the poor house. Okay, so this is all about ki how Oliver used to struggle a lot, okay, in the hostel or in the poor house. So first stanza. What this first stanza I will talk about. This first stanza will always will say the when, who, where that particular person was born. So here also the same. The Oliver Twist was born in a poor house, and when he was born in a black night in the winter of 1837. Okay, black night he was born. Okay, the birth attended by his doctor, who was hastily called for the purpose, and by an old pauper woman who was experienced in such matter. So in this, he was born in a black night in winter. Okay, on that time, doctor was not there. A old lady came, and she was experienced of this type, and he was born. Okay, when he was born in 1837. So in this first stanza, I will say ki how bad and how sad it is. Okay, he was born in this situation. Now we'll get to know ki what happened on that time. When he was born, his mother died. The mother died almost as soon as the baby took his first breath. So his mother died when the child came out. She was a young, good looking woman who had been caught laying in the street. It was clear that she had walked some distance before she died. Her shoes had been torn to pieces. Where she had come from and where she had been going, nobody knew. Why am I making mistakes? Okay. So here in this stanza, his mother died. First thing. Second, she was died when she was a good looking woman. Okay, she was laying in the street. So in the street, in the sense, no, you can imagine, okay, there was no home to her, and no one was there to take care of her. Okay, that thing you can imagine. Then it was clear that she had walked some distance. Okay, before the boy, before she died, she walked some distance. Okay, then her shoes were torn, so she walked some distance. We can't say ki this much or that much. She walked, and her shoes was torn in the symbol of poverty, and symbol of how much she used to suffer. That's the thing. Next sentence here. No one knows where she had come from and where she had been going. Nobody knew from where she came and where she was supposed to go. No one knows that. Okay, that's the second here. Understood here? Now, third. The baby cried loudly. If he could have known that he was now an orphan of a poor house, it is likely that he would have cried still louder. So the baby don't know. Okay, so he just before a second he born. Okay, when his mother died, he don't know. So here they are telling when a baby could know, when a baby could realize his mother died. So he would cry a louder, but he was crying like how other people usually used to cry. Next, they call him Oliver Twist. So they, in the sense, we don't know who gave the name. So they call him Oliver Twist in the poor house. A name invented by, here is answer, a name invented by Mr. Bumble. Who was Mr. Bumble? A town beadle. Because he could not think of any other, Mr. Bumble had full authority over the people of the poor house. He thought himself a great man indeed. He starved and ill-treated the children under his care. Oliver's ninth birthday found him a pale, thin child who had hardly known a kind word or met with a kindly look. His only friend were his little companions in misery. But in the end, they brought him trouble. They persuaded him to ask for more. So here is the main word, ask for more. So in this lesson, they gave a name, Oliver Twist, like Anath Ashram, you can say like that, poor house. Okay, so and that name given by Mr. Bumble. Who was Mr. Bumble? Mr. Bumble used to take care of those children, those who lost their parents. Okay, that's good. But what he used to do, he doesn't take care well to them. That's the problem. And his friends in the sense Oliver friend, so they asked him, they forced him, see, this is your turn, now go and ask for the more. Why? What he have to go and ask for the more? Okay, so there is a question, right? ಏನು ಕೇಳಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು ಅವನು, ಲೈಕ್ ಅವ್ರ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕೇಳು, ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಫಾರ್ ಮೋರ್, ಇನ್ನ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳು, ಏನು ಬೇಕು ಜಾಸ್ತಿ, ದಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ರೈಟ್? ಹಿಯರ್ it happened one evening at supper time. The children were fed in a large stone hall with a big metal basin at one end. The master stood by the basin and starved each child with a small bowl of watery gruel. Boys generally have excellent appetites. Oliver and his companions were always hungry and never given enough to eat. That evening, one of the bigger boys stated quite clearly that unless he had an extra bowl of gruel, he would most certainly eat the boy who slept next to him. He had a wild and hungry eye, so the smaller boy believed him. A council was held. Oliver Twist was appointed to walk up to the master after supper and to ask for more. Got the answer? Here, what happened? In our previous, that is ask for more, and now here we got a solution. Here what they are telling in the supper morning, okay, during the time of evening. Why am I making mistake? Yeah, okay, sorry. Evening, okay. Evening, what happened? The children were fed up. Okay, they were playing, so obviously children were fed up, so they want to have more. Okay, they want food more. So here, gruel. So the gruel, what is gruel? In this type of a soup. Okay, so it's a gruel soup. So here what, everyone they used to give the gruel. Okay, so soup, kind of a soup. Okay, liquid soup, watery soup they have mentioned, right? So they used to give them. So first thing. Second thing, what here, they can't understand. Okay, they can't understand what happened on, like they are very hungry. Okay, and Mr. Bumble servants were so much cruel, they are not giving the food how much they want. Okay, because of that only they are suffering a lot. And one of the child was there, he was so fat and he was so angry, so that he could go and eat a boy. Okay, but they made an meeting. Okay, friends, obviously, so boys meeting will happen, right? So friends meeting will happen, and they chose Oliver, and they said, see, it's your turn, go and ask for the more. And he have to do that. Okay, got understood it? So here you can see the image. He went and he asked, and what happened to him? The gruel was served out and was quickly swallowed. The boys whispered among themselves and forced Oliver to go. He advanced to the master, bowl in hand, and said in a little frightened voice, please sir, I want some more. The master was a fat, healthy man, but he turned very pale at this. What? He said, as if he could not believe his ears. Please sir, I want some more. So here the gruel was over. Okay, how much they are putting that liquid soup, so they are just in one time only they will consume each and everything. Okay, so everyone was saying, go Oliver, go and ask for more. He went near. Okay, he was very frightened, so he went near and he asked, please sir, I want some more. And he was like, what? Okay, he was like, what, with a very angry way. Okay, and then he was telling, as if he can't able to experience that what the child was trying to say, but again he was asking so that he could change his statement, but again he was using the same statement, that is, please sir, I want some more. Okay, next thing. The master aimed a bowl at his head, seized him by his arms, and shouted for the beadle. Mr. Bumble rushed into the room in a great excitement and was filled with horrors. With when he heard of Oliver's crime, asked for more, he exclaimed, I never heard of such a thing. Depends on it. This miserable boy will be hung. So next here, so when he asked, again the boy came and he held his hand. Who that fat man was there, right? So he held his hand. He went near the Mr. Bumble office room and he said, do you know he asked for more? He don't have a rights to ask for more. Just hang him or just give an punishment, severe punishment to him. Okay? Now, as a punishment for his greed and boldness, Oliver was immediately locked in a room and spent the night alone. Early next morning, a notice was pasted on the outside of the gate offering a reward of £5 to any man or woman who would take Oliver Twist off the hands of the Pooh house. Okay, so when he went, so he said, you should give a severe punishment to this man, to this child. Okay, so when he said, Mr. Bumble did, okay, go and lock him in a dark room. So they did that. What happened in the early morning? Early morning, there was a notice near the Pooh house. What was mentioned in that? In that they have mentioned those who will save Oliver Twist or take out from the Pooh house, we are going to offer 5 pounds, not 500 pounds, 5 pounds. This is very shocking, right? Who was there to give the 5 pounds to this orphan child? Now, so then here. So here you can see this is how the story of Charles Dickens' Oliver Twist ended. So this is the middle of the story, children. Okay, and then here how like he'll get to know who pasted it, what was the background of that note, and who was Oliver Twist. Each and everything we'll get to know in this one para. Okay, the here. A coffin maker came to know about the notice and bought the orphan boy from the Pooh house. He was treated cruelly, so he ran away to London. There he faced further difficulties. However, by chance he met two kind people, Mr. Brownlow and Miss Rose Maylie. There had to be protected from this kind of people also discovered that he was their own relative and had to be protected from his step brother, Mr. Monks. Mr. Monks had planned to take away Oliver's shares of property, but with Mr. Brownlow's help, Oliver got his rightful share of the property and lived happily. Okay, nice story, right? So here, a coffin maker came to know about the notice. Coffin maker in the sense a grave. Okay, for the Christians, they used to make a box, right? Got my word? Okay, coffin. So, coffin maker get to know about that notice. Okay, so he punished well and he treated cruelly to the Oliver, and finally he went to London. Who? Oliver. There he faced further difficulties. However, he has to face the difficulties because he don't have anyone to take care of him. Okay, that too he went to London. Yeah, so we have to know about this situation. We can imagine. Then there are two person who used to help him a lot. Kind man, we can say, not from by the money, like if someone there and I'll give you the money and you can go and have your lunch, not like that. So they are such a kind persons to him. Okay, towards him they are so much kind. So their name was Mr. Brownlow and Miss Rose Maylie. Okay, so they used to help them. And who was there? They are cousin of Mr. Oliver Twist. Okay, you are shocked, right? Because his mother died, but he don't know. But day by day, he's getting all the information, who he was, what was his background, each and everything. Then there was his cousin brother, that is step brother, that is Mr. Monks. Okay, what was his duty? He planned himself that I am not going to give any property share to my step brother, that is Oliver. But there are two people who helped him and he got his own share and he lived happily. So this is the end of the story. I hope you enjoy it. So please read and please do what I suggest you before starting the lesson. Okay. Till then, take care, respect your parents and read it well. Thank you.